These all seem to have almost, if not more power than most traditional steroids for way less mig per mil, way less milligram going into your body for more power. What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's ASMR sip is 1907water.com. Coupon code Russo. ASMR Spritz Intelligent Argon. Hear your noises, but you gotta buy it to smell it. All right, why does everyone hate SARMs now? That's going to be the topic of this rant. SARMs are selective androgen receptor modulators, which are more similar to SARMs, which are selective estrogen receptor modulators, but they're basically acting on the AR like steroids. They have the same side effects through the AR pathway of steroids, arguably less side effects or more side effects depending on how you dose them. But they have been big in the TikTok, I'll have Andrew throw it up, SARM Goblin boom, and we have seen them come on the scene, them get bashed, and overall, what's my opinion based on being the OG SARM Goblin is that they have a place, and I don't understand why they're being demonized. You have some of the top biohackers in the world that supported SARMs for the longest time, and now that the tables have turned, we hate them now. And it's like, SARMs are the future of androgens, in my opinion, based on if you're just looking for HRT type purposes. For bodybuilding, you can make the argument that SARMs are useless. You should use real steroid cycles. You should use grams of steroids if you want to even do bodybuilding instead of dipping your feet half in, and grams of steroids aren't going to mess you up, blah, blah, blah. Again, this is all argument of purposes. True, but SARMs, again, in my opinion, could shrink the prostate, cause less estrogen and DHT conversion, cause less hair loss, have way less mood side effects. You could lower your hormone replacement therapy, add in a SARM, and still get the same AR skeletal activation without getting it binding to all the prostate, the intestines, and everything. It's selective. Now, when we move SARMs up into the bodybuilder dosages, that's where we see issues of, hey, some of these SARMs are probably doing more damage than good, where other SARMs, cough, cough, injectable LGD 4033, cough, cough, YK11, cough, cough, R8140, cough, cough, S23, these all seem to have almost, if not more power than most traditional steroids for way less mig per mil, way less milligram going into your body for more power. These are some of the most anabolic agents ever made, especially S23 and LGD 4033, that I don't really understand how the old school guys hate on SARM so much. Because if you inject LGD 4033 at 50 milligrams per day and you're like, this doesn't work, I would laugh. Because I'll have Andrew throw up my body at 250 pounds at 23 years old, where the main androgen is injectable LGD 4033. Why are we bashing it? It's like they paint SARMs these days as, oh, they were left in the gutter, they're not being researched. I'll have Andrew throw up current research on SARMs. There's no current research on steroids. They're the evolution of steroids. And you can make the argument of factor of like, I don't know, my grandfather's very old, you know, he's very brittle. And again, you could add in a synthetic androgen that only binds with skeletal muscle AR, and that would probably improve his quality of life. And if you add in a super low dosage, it wouldn't really impact hormones that much. And this is seen in the medical literature with AC262, that you add in this SARM, there's virtually no impact on the HPTA. Suppression might occur, but shutdown doesn't. And you are overall having a more selective androgen that's more anabolic than testosterone, not really exhibiting androgenic side effects. And it's only binding to the skeletal muscle AR. It doesn't convert into estrogen or DHT. Why are we not even talking about any of the benefits? I can see like, oh, like these SARM goblins, they take a bunch of SARMs and they want to be bodybuilders and they wonder why they can't be bodybuilders. I personally think that all my SARM use led to me having a higher baseline physique to where I could do my big steroid cycles. Nowadays, it's easy as shit for me to maintain 250 pounds, and I still haven't used grams of shit yet. Imagine if I had grams of steroids now, which I'm going to document, but I built that set point physique on minimal shit. I linearly progressed very slowly. So when I'm like off everything cruising, it's very easy for me to maintain. And I have these monster gear cycles that definitely work on the table still at 26 years old. Instead of jumping off the deep end at the very start, I worked my way up. And that's what I want to see is like every time I ask one of these giant roid heads to try injectable YK11, injectable LGD 4033, or pop a bunch of S23 before they work out, they're always like shocked, like, Russo, I thought SARMs were shit. No, you're just doing Ostrine at a low dosage. That's shit compared to what you've been doing. But if you're just dipping your feet in and only want to suppress your HPTA and not shut it down, then somebody might want to do Ostrine for the mental gains alone. The mental benefits of Ostrine outweigh the fucking performance benefits. Right? It's like the best nootropic SARM ever. And this is not talked about. I don't get why SARMs are bashed because a bunch of SARM goblins don't know how to cycle correctly. These are some of the most powerful synthetic androgens ever, in my opinion. And I've tried them all. And I'm not against steroids. And I sell testosterone. Here's my clinic. I don't get it. Why are they being bashed all of a sudden? You have the top biohackers back in the day, a couple years ago, all pushing SARMs. Now the narrative has changed. Why? Is it just the TikTok SARM goblins? Do we not understand the real purpose of SARMs, why they're still being researched to this day? Or are we just in the dark about it? I'll see you guys in my next video.